Hello everyone, it is AD with Astrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading today. So I was feeling really inspired to do a love reading, a you versus them. I'm coming in here with very little intentions. So this could be for somebody that you're in a commitment with. This could be for somebody that you haven't spoken to, no contact. This could just be a soulmate, twin flame, love update. I'm actually imagining that you can pick both different piles for different people because I'm trying to leave it that open. I know that I've gotten critiqued in the past about, like, I don't know, talking about single people or people not, or like, why aren't you talking about people who are in positive relationships and all that other stuff. I'm coming here blind, I don't know what's going to pop up. So I am going to start off with astrology cards just so we can get an idea of where we're starting, and then we're going to go into like the nitty-gritty about the relationship itself. I'm also going to be using a different system. You guys may have heard me talk about it, the Lenormond system. It's a different form other than tarot, and I really like it. It's very straightforward. It uses one symbol opposed to like the more artsy-fartsy symbolism of tarot. So I'm like, if you use tarot, that is Pisces. The Lenormand is definitely more of that Virgo feel. So it's really quick, straight to the point. So I'm really excited to use it. Guys, let me know what you think. Of course, I'll be clarifying with tarot cards. I'm not leaving my roots, but I did want to try something new, try something different. Anything else? I think that's it. So yeah, I'm really excited to do this. Please let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll meet you over at your respective piles. Please, like I said, just keep in mind that I am not coming to this reading with any predisposition. Is that it? I'm just not coming to this reading with any bias. I'm clear as a whistle. Is that a word? A bird? Free as a bird. Okay, so we're just gonna get into it. And yeah, just let me know what you think. All right, that's enough rambling. Let me make sure that I don't forget what order these are in, so let me put those there. Okay, slide this down and let's get into it. Hello, pile number one. This is if you picked the Bio Falcon. Welcome to the channel. I am AD with Astrology, and we're going to be doing your pick a card. This is you versus them. What the hell is going on? And as I said in the intro, whether you caught it or not, I am coming here with just a very open vibe. So we are going to start out with astrology just to see where your relationship could be, who you're asking about. And then you can go from there. If it doesn't resonate, then you can always pick another pile. But yeah, I'm not coming in here with positive or negative. It's just like, I was just really called to talk about love and relationships. And maybe that's just, I don't know, maybe it's a hopeless romantic, maybe it's because my fifth house is flared up, I have no idea, but I'm just really into it right now. So we are going to be starting off with astrology, guys. Please keep in mind that I do subscribe to Vedic, so my placements could be a little different than yours, but the energy should read about the same. So right now we're just really looking at how your relationship could be playing out, where you could be with this person, or yeah. And again, because I'm coming with nothing, this could be no contact, this could be little contact, this could be full-fledged relationship. We're just gonna see where it is, okay? And then just go from there. We'll take this one. Lunar eclipse change. Interesting. So that's also Cancer energy. But I just feel like there's major changes that are happening with you who's picked pile one. I don't even know if it has anything. Yeah, 8th house. I was like, I don't even know if it has anything to do with your love life specifically or not. I just feel like you yourself are going through changes. Yeah, Libra, balance. Who you're connecting with, who you're connecting to, your partnerships. So I am getting that one or two things. Wow. 7th house partnerships. Wow. 6th house routine. And then we had a second flipper. Venus love. Oh my goodness. And then what's this one? Jupiter return benefits. Okay. So for pile one, 9th house faith. Okay. So I'm getting a really specific message. It'll be interesting to see how your reading even turns out with the system that I have in place. Yeah, hold on. Give me a second to like readjust. I was not expecting this. So major changes have happened, okay? Or major changes are about to happen in your relationships. For some of you, I'm always going to deal in extremes because there's always duality. So that's why when you listen to a lot of tarot readers, it's just like, it's either this or this. You're either this extreme or that extreme. It's very rarely can I genuinely predict and put it down into one. So either you're just now coming out of a relationship has ended, okay, and you are moving on and you're kind of checking to see how does this person feel about you, where are they with kind of the ending of this relationship, or like a really extensive argument, where's their brain? Or you probably don't have anybody super specific in mind, and Spirit is telling you that that's going to change. You know, you are going to be meeting people, you're going to be encountering different vibes, and I think it's going to be kind of in a lighthearted way with all this Libra energy. So we do have Taurus, Libra, Scorpio, Cancer, Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, and then Libra again. So all of these are opposites. If you're familiar with tarot, with astrology, all of these are opposites, which is super fascinating. So I really do imagine like that gives me twin flame energy. Anytime that I see opposites like that in a kind of a triggering way, that is telling me that this is twin flame. So if you haven't met your twin flame, I do think that you'll be meeting your twin flame sometime soon. You know, it's in the cards. Again, we had at the bottom of the deck, this ninth house, have faith, more Jupiter energy, Sagittarius energy represented there. And then in the other course, you probably have encountered your twin flame, and the other extreme is its ending of some sort, or you've learned the lessons, or it's been challenged. Oh, I forgot to mention the Yu-Gi-Oh card, the Bio Falcon. I was automatically drawn to the word falcon, that bird-like energy. So I just feel like you're setting your wings. You're either taking off to new heights from a previous relationship, or you're exploring new relationships. So it just depends on where you fall on that spectrum. But that's definitely what I'm getting on the rip. Beautiful energies. We're going to continue looking into some astrology, but I'm honestly super excited to get into your cards. I don't know how the system that I had in mind is actually going to fit into this reading, so I might give you guys a different reading. I might just do a regular degular spread for you, because I just feel like there's a newness to this energy that you're encountering. So let's go ahead and let's just see. Yeah, a lot of Scorpio. So Scorpio fell right on top of Scorpio. So I'm definitely imagining deep intimacy, a lot of like sexual energy. Opposites, twin flames. Okay, and this is a different deck. So definitely encountering that twin flames energy, air, Libra represented right there again. I want to get one more, Spirit. Or we get two, Libra and water. So all of this is backed up. Aquarius at the bottom of the deck. All right. I'm really sitting over here debating part one. This is very interesting because I think I'm just going to have to go with my gut. I think I'm going to have to go with my gut, and I'm just going to have to do a different reading for you. But I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. And then you see where I am. You always go through this part one with me. I appreciate your patience with me because I really want to tackle this reading. But regardless, twin flame is screeching at me right now. And also just partnership. You're going to be coming into union. And if you're coming out of union, this is going to be a really fun explorative state for you, regardless of where you're coming from. You're spreading your wings. If you've been in a relationship and you've been cooped up, especially with the bird imagery here, you're going to start dating. You're going to start meeting other people. You're going to start getting to know people, and particularly get to know yourself in a very sensual and sexual way. Because I imagine that if you're coming from a partnership before, I don't know, maybe this person was very strict on how they express themselves sexually. They might have been pretty shy or standoffish, or they could have been just your only partner. They're your only experience with that if you're coming out of a relationship. So you're meant to explore. If you haven't been in a relationship, then I feel like you're just meant to explore your sexuality, sensuality, and see who you are. And the only way to do that, I always say that, the only way to do that is to experience other people and other partners, because people are different. So you can come at me if you want in the comment section. I don't care. I'm just saying, like, I know I'm a Moon and Aries person. In Western, my Venus is an Aries, so I'm very quick, which is the opposite of Libra. So I understand that there's always balance, but if you really want to get to know yourself on a deeper level and on a more intimate level, then you have to experience other people. There's only so much that books and masturbation can do for you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's where we're starting. I'm really curious. Guys, I really don't know what deck to do. I'm so serious. I really feel like this was supposed to be you versus them, but you aren't in a versus them. I feel like this is all you, Pile 1. I do. I don't think that there's a them to verse. So I'm going to go with my gut. If you want a you versus them reading, then pick another pile. Or pile 2, yeah, you can just pick another pile. But I'm going to do something a little different from you. Pile number 1, I'm sorry if I got confused. I didn't shuffle any of my other decks. So there's that. So give me a second to shuffle. But we're just going to do a traditional spread for you, because I feel like that's what actually be the best. So you're kind of getting like just a love update in general, because I feel like you're going through magnificent changes, but it's all about you. There is no them. There is no them, regardless if you're stepping out of a relationship or stepping into one. And if you are stepping out of a relationship and you came and you're like, I really want to know what this person was thinking about me, then pick another pile. But yeah, this is how I'm feeling. So this is what we're doing. And then we'll do a Lenormand spread for you, just since I wanted to use that deck. But we're going to start with the traditional tarot, and then we'll move into the Lenormand. So yeah, so starting off with this Knight of Pentacles to the Nine of Cups, I feel like this has certainly been a long time coming. The Queen of Wands, again, another sensual energy. I'm also being drawn to the image of the snake. So there's knowledge, there's wisdom, there's things that need to be learned when it comes to intimacy. And I feel like it's just your time to kind of, step out into the spotlight. The Empress, beautiful energy. We got the King of Swords in the middle of the deck, the King of Wands, okay. And then we have Lust, which is the Strength card. So yeah, I just feel like you have a lot of different options that are coming towards you, actually. So there is no them quite yet, because there's going to be multiple people: Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, specifically Sagittarius, specifically Libra, Aquarius, in these two combinations. And then we got, the High Priestess. And then finally, is everything in frame? And then finally we have the Five of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. But I'm definitely being drawn to manifestation, how his hand's in the air and there's this infinity symbol. Excuse me. So I do feel like your manifestations are coming to life when it comes to romance. Like I said, for some of you guys, there certainly has been a sacrifice. Wow, we have a couple here. Both fire energies, twin flame, third party situation represented here. So, Pile 1, this is really choose your own adventure as far as how this is going to resonate and hit. Because I'm just imagining that there's a lot of different factors that are playing in to your romantic life, whether you're aware of them or not, particularly with the High Priestess sitting there. And she has the lovely imagery of this cat, the Punse on her punani, all right? And I do feel like it's been hidden. I feel like Spirit has definitely been delayed. Either you have been a slower bloomer when in the sexual department. You're not missing out on anything. You will soon be in the ranks, or it's just been a long period of time between you having like a really passionate, intimate exchange. Like, I'm just imagining a lot of passion. Some of you guys, again, have left somebody behind who has been more in their head. And I'm also being called to tell it too, like this person, this air person, Aquarius, there's a detachment to this person. You may have been with this person or not, but I feel like you're going to be greeted with with their brother sign as far as meeting somebody who's passionate. Where somebody before was always in their head, now you're going to be meeting somebody who's more passionate, and it's going to trigger something in you that you're going to realize that you are super desired and kind of like a hot girl, hot boy. The person that you were dealing with before, I just feel like Yeah, Spirit didn't even want me to even get into their energy because they've just taken a long time. But I can promise you this, whether this is a person that was like a crush, a fantasy, or this was somebody that you were in a long-term connection, commitment with, and they were just very cold. Once you move on to your next partnership, which is definitely coming in, this person is going to feel it and they are going to be very upset and jealous, and it might end up coming back at some point in time. Particularly if you're aware that the person that you were thinking of before when you came to this reading is your twin flame, regardless of where you are on your journey. I do think that they will make a comeback and have like definitely a reprise, but that is not your focus or priority right now. Your focus and priority, again, is just getting to know yourself with this Empress, Nine of Cups. Fulfillment is really what I'm hearing. And that, you know, Spirit does have somebody in store for you that is going to be extremely passionate and who's going to want to move quickly. I think it's going to be something that you haven't necessarily experienced before, particularly if you attract a more intellectual type lover or somebody whose love language is like active services opposed to physical touch. You're definitely about to encounter somebody with physical touch. And so this is definitely on the way. So I do think that it's been a slow time. It's been a long time coming, right? But you are certainly going to be desired. People are going to be paying attention to you. I just got an imagery of a flower, a pheromone. So you're just radiating beautiful, attractive energy, and people are sniffing up under you like puppy dogs. So that is really what's coming in for you, Pile 1. Like I said, there really is no, you're very interesting. This was not what I originally planned for this reading, so I apologize if you are offended that I didn't follow what I was trying to do. Please pick another pile. But if you're watching this, I really do feel like you're about to take flight. You're about to encounter new partnerships, new sides of yourself, particularly in a sensual, sexual manner with all the 8th house and scorpionic energy. This is very intense, very, very intense desire. I do want to explore this 5 of Cups because that's an interesting note to end on. So I want to get into that, Spirit. Like, what is that 5 of Cups talking about? I'm just hearing like you might have to, you're letting go of a fantasy or a dream of some sort in the meantime. Yeah, to go get what you want. Oh my gosh. Whoo. Yeah, the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. So the Knight of Cups, 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups. So I don't know. I guess it's just speaking to the experiences that you've had. Maybe it's been very difficult for you to find somebody. Even you clicking on this video, especially if you don't have anybody, you were just like, maybe you were here. You're like, I'm just going to support AD because that's my girl. Even though this has nothing to do with me. Or love life has just been very blah, man. Nothing has really been going on. Spirit is telling you, again, have faith, keep the faith, because things are going to be moving forward. You are going to be in a happy commitment with somebody, again, yin and yang. I really feel like you're about to embark on a twin flame journey for realsies. So this is super duper powerful as far as what I'm getting. So let's go ahead. Like I said, as promised, I am going to use the Lenormond deck, but overall, this is what I'm getting. So we're looking at your heart. Yay. Bouquet and mice. Mind. What's on your mind? Letter. You're just what's on your mind? You are waiting for the good news. You're waiting for this person to enter in your life. And I'm also getting there might be an invitation, like a right place, right time, lucky kind of invitation where you end up meeting this person. I feel like you're definitely going to meet this person in some sort of social setting if you haven't already. Hence the 5 of Cups, the other party situation. This person might be involved with somebody when you meet them, but I just feel like the connection that you two have is going to be undeniable, especially with all that scorpionic energy. And then we're looking at your actions. You literally got the man and the lady, okay? So somebody is going to see you, darling, from afar, and they are looking dead at you and they want you, and they, man, what am I hearing? It's like, I want you, I need you, so I do think that there's going to be an invitation of some sort. The mice is like, The mites is pretty interesting here, especially paired with the bouquet. I am hearing that in your heart, this is kind of like flattery just for the sake of flattery's sake, where like, you know, you feel like somebody's giving like a false compliment, and I feel like maybe you feel that way in your heart about me. Right now you're like 80, whatever, and that could be the truth, but I just feel like, you know, when people give you compliments, take them. I feel like it's how you feel. You're just waiting for a great invitation to come through to kind of kick it off. Be aware of the people that you're associating with. Be aware of the people that are around you and the energies that they're giving, because this combination can be like a eating away at that heart space. So don't put yourself in a situation where, you know, okay, that's where, okay, I get it now. I just feel like because of your past experiences or because of the delay and the time that it's taken, this is definitely, your love life has kind of eaten away at your heart space, thinking maybe I'm just going to be single forever, or because me and this person didn't work out, goodness gracious, me oh my, you know, I'm just never going to be able to meet somebody. I'm never going to be able to develop a relationship with somebody. For others of you, it's just like, is anybody ever going to understand me? It just depends on where you are in the spectrum. And again, because you were dealing with somebody who was so in their head and such an Aquarius kind of aloof, detached, delayed energy is what I'm getting, regardless of their sign, that also just kind of ate away a little bit at, like, you know, the good things that you feel about yourself. So this is your opportunity to definitely change that. When invitations come in to go do something that you wouldn't normally do, I do think that you should go, because somebody is going to see you. And then I think it's going to kickstart this. It's infinite. When we saw the eight of Pentacles before, this is destiny. This is destined to happen. And then we have the Sith Scythe at the bottom of the deck, which is just quick, sudden changes. So this is going to be something that just like a flick of the wrist, it's just going to change. So you might be extremely single when you're watching this video, or have just come out of a relationship that you weren't expecting to. But the beauty and the love that's coming in after that is going to be absolutely stunning. And I think that you will be very happy with the relationship that you end up in for yourself, is kind of what I'm hearing. So that's really fascinating, guys. I am going to pull some oracles. I'm sticking these back in because I have to use them for my other decks. But yeah, let's look into it. So let's get some these. Let's get some of these. Getting to know each other. Yeah. As you reveal your inner selves to each other, your bond deepens, heart-to-heart conversations. Boom. I just feel like you and this person are going to really hit it off. Like, there's a busy room, there's a crowded room, but yet this person only sees you. You guys start talking and it's like an instant bond. I really feel like this is more of a love update for you. Again, pick another pile if it does not resonate. But I just feel like wedding, yeah. This has the potential to lead to marriage after a certain time. I don't think that you necessarily know this person, but we have worth waiting for at the bottom of the deck. I'm adoring it. I'm here for it. So this connection is certainly worth waiting for, whether it feels like it or not. But this is going to be a very deep, okay, love relationship that comes in for you. Is this playfulness? Oh, I was just like, is this twin flames? But it says playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together. Remember, love is the greatest healer. So I do think that it's going to be a really playful, deep conversation. It's just like the time just keeps going. You guys end up locking eyes, starting a conversation, and it keeps going and going and going. There's just undeniable sexual chemistry between the two of you. And so that's just that. So this is a really great future love reading, I feel, for you, Pile 1. When it comes to matters of the heart, there's no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of love and life. I love that. It's expanding your understanding of love and life. This is a really true experience that you're going to have and that you're going to be able to keep in your back pocket. If not, you know, twin flame, I feel like it's twin flame, but it definitely is a soulmate. Definitely is a soulmate. And then, yeah, sexual union at the bottom of the deck. So honor the place in one another where you're one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So like I keep saying, all that Scorpio energy, the sexual energy is out of this world. It's going to be undeniable. a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Interesting. I feel like this isn't necessarily somebody specific. For if you want this to be somebody specific, you can make it somebody specific. But for those of you who it's not, just know that your twin wants and feels the exact same way that you do. And at the time that you guys meet, you're really going to understand one another in that regard. And even though this person doesn't know who you are, they feel your energy and they're ready to enter into something. They're looking for you. So once they see you, like we saw that man with his telescope, once they see you and they pick up on your energy, it's going to be very difficult for this person to peel away because they're in the midst of manifesting exactly that, okay? And then you always say you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So it's interesting about that turmoil, the Five of Cups there, and it's coming at the end. So there could be something interesting about how this connection ends up developing. Like I said, third party situation could be here, the High Priestess. So there's definitely a little bit of secretive stuff, but I mean, you can come for me in the comment section if you want to, but this connection is going to be palatable. So whatever it is that's surrounding it is not going to crush the relationship to begin with. You always have free will, but I think that it'll be harder to walk away from than you think because, the lust, the passion is going to be very, very real between you and this person. Choose a new direction. And I feel like this is you choosing a new direction for yourself. Wait, and one more. We got two more. Ask for help from others and perfect timing. So this wait and perfect timing. Choose a new direction. Ask for help from others. And then be assertive at the bottom of the deck. But specifically her removing this mask. It's going to be different for every one of you. Like I said, the connection when you guys meet, it's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be, it might not be it's not going to be like the perfect romantic meeting. There could definitely be somebody else involved in some way, shape, or form. So before you end up taking the lunge and kind of giving in to like this really, really heavy energy, I really do feel like you should definitely keep it playful, keep it light, keep it airy until you decide that you're ready to, cross that bridge for some of you guys. And that's kind of the choose a new direction. But the other way that I'm reading this too is you're stepping into your own. Again, you're doing something different. You're breaking out of the box. This is uncharted territory for you. And it's very, very exciting. And I think the timing is going to be perfect when the universe aligns. You and this person are meant to cross paths. You and this person are meant to have like this really, insatiable want and yearning for one another. The circumstances are going to be a little nutty when you meet them, but I think it's exactly, you can, again, come for me if you want to, but I think that this type of spice is exactly what you're looking for, particularly if it's been, not like that before. If you haven't been feeling very spicy, you've been feeling very bland. This is very spicy, okay? This is sriracha, all right? Like, this is very spicy. And I do think that this energy, this story, this love, this connection is going to be a story that you have with you forever because it is going to be super strong. Now, I do think that this connection is going to take some time with the Waite card here, the Pentacles. So even if you guys don't hop into the sack off the rip, which I suggest you don't, just because there is other energies at play, but do what you do. See the whole lay of the land. Regardless, you and this person will be friends. You and this person will be in one another's lives, but I do imagine that this person could be connected to somebody else, but when they see you, that their entire world is warped. They definitely, they've been waiting for you. They've been yearning for you. So just keep it playful and all that other stuff as it kind of unfolds. But yeah, this is really interesting. Very different reading than I thought was going to happen, part one. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So this was a love update. So let me know if this makes any type of sense to you. Again, I know that I've said some things that could be triggered. The third party. I'll never be with somebody who's a this and a that. You can feel any way that you want to. I'm never going to tell you. You always have your free will. It's just from the people who watch this and pick this pile right now, the energy that I'm getting is that, it's going to be a little spicy. It's just going to be a little spicy. And that's just that. So that's what I got for you, pile number one. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you haven't already. And if you do, thank you so much. You the best. And yeah, peace, guys. Until next time. All right, so let's get this out of here. That reading went so different than what I thought it was going to be, but I'm not mad, you know, like I'm not mad. That was pretty spicy. Okay. Let's see what we got going. And move into it. Okay, so maybe we'll see if pile 2 follows what I was trying to do. So what is this? Anthract dragon. It's a dragon. Okay. Hello, pile number 2. It is AD with Astrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading. So this is, if you pick this, I'm not going to butcher that, but it's a dragon with a laser for its head. So I imagine I'm being really drawn to this laser. It's like laser sharp focus, laser tuning, like you're just laser sharp into something. So we'll see how this plays out, guys. So we're looking at you versus them, okay? I will say this, pile number 1, it did not happen that way. That was not the reading that I got. So I don't know. Like I said, we're open. We're just going to see what comes through. But this is you versus them. What the hell is going on in your love life with this person? We're going to try to get a, look at them, look at you, see how it matches up. But if that's not what the reading calls for, then that's not what we're going to do. So yeah, so let's go ahead and hop straight into it. I'm going to start with astrology cards. Please keep in mind, I do subscribe to Vedic. My placements could be different than yours, but the energy should read about the same. But regardless, we're looking at the astrology cards just to see where we can get context for this relationship, to see what's going on. And then if it either resonates or it doesn't, and if it doesn't resonate, then that'll give you some opportunity to pick another pile. So let's get into it. Let's see what we're working with. Pile number 2, what the heck is going on? Astrology cards. What would Spirit like us to look into? What would Spirit like us to highlight? Okay, so we got Taurus. I have. Alrighty, nice. So I'm imagining right now with this card, I do think that we're talking about another person. Pile 1, I was just like, you picked this, but there's nobody else that you're talking to. I do feel like with this, there is a relationship. 12th house escape. Okay, Pisces energy. So Pisces and Taurus brought out here. That's my Western chart. Hey. Air element communicating. I usually split these up, and I don't know why I didn't do that, but they're so big. So give me a second. Sorry. Taking a little bit longer than I thought. Excuse me. Okay, Chiron healing and 9th house faith. And we got Capricorn I use at the bottom of the deck. All right, a lot of interesting energies here. Give me a second to kind of process what the hexies is going on. Very spiritual connection. Okay. Healing, Chiron. Okay. All right. I definitely feel like we're going to be able to do the reading as I originally intended to do it, because I do feel like you're connecting with somebody else. But this is one of those connections where most of it happens in the 5D. Some of it happens in the 3D, but the 3D might not be as great as y'all are when you are engaged in sex and sensual energies. Taurus, the 12th house represented here. I really feel like this is a deeply passionate connection, a very spiritual connection, but it has been very challenging to faith. It requires a strong level of faith that most people might not be able to relate to. We got Jupiter represented here with Sagittarius, Pisces. So there is a learning here. There is a guru teaching. You're learning from this person. This person is learning from you, and you're meant to heal certain aspects of your connection. So that's what I'm getting. I do feel like the communication element is probably quite difficult in the 3D. So you might dream of this person or like be telepathically connected to this person, but there hasn't been much that's been tangible. I mean, and it's so funny because Taurus, I feel like you have this person in the 3D. You guys are in a commitment somewhat. You guys are, you can touch them, you can feel them, you can interact with them. But in those silent times when you're not, intimate with one another and you're just kind of like, I don't know, chilling, it's very difficult to see where you stand. It's It's very complicated, is really what I'm hearing. It's a very complicated connection. And with the Capricorn at the bottom of the deck, it needs to be grounded. Like, it's not, I feel like it's not grounded. The Sun, Mars, oof, all this fire. Hot like fire. Shout out to Alia. Was this Gemini? And then I thought that we had a flipper, but we didn't. Okay. And then Capricorn at the bottom of the deck. So this is really interesting to see Capricorn pop up twice. So I do imagine that the first thing that you need to hear is that there is a commitment in this connection, regardless of how it is playing off. It's just a very challenging relationship. These two fire signs give me twin flame. Gemini gives me twin flame. This is twin flame energy, twin flame reading. I do feel like you are with this person, but there's a lot of confusion on where you stand. Like, I feel like there's so much confusion on where each one of you stand, particularly when you're not engaged, you know, and you're not one. It's just like, okay, the moment that you guys separate, it's just like, well, what's happening? Even though this connection could have gone over a, you know, a long period of time. So let's go ahead and hop in. So that's where we're starting. So I would say we're speaking about a twin flame connection here that is not grounded. It's not grounded. It's very spiritual, but it's not very grounded, and you're probably trying to navigate that. So yeah, so now we're going to look at the Lenormand, not traditional tarot. We're going to see your heart, mind, action. Then we're going to look at their heart, mind, action, and then we're going to see the mutual energies. Yeah, the mutual energies between the two of you. So we're starting with the feminine energy. Again, doesn't have to deal with gender or anything else like that. It's just if you identify as the feminine on the receptive end, then this is you. If you identify as the masculine on the positive end and more of the action oriented, then the next pile will be you. So this is, we're talking about the feminine. So heart, I do feel like this person has unlocked something in your heart. They've challenged you, and I feel like your heart is like waiting for an opportunity for something to move forward with that rider energy here. You're waiting for some sort of information. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Mind. We got the snake and the fish. That's an interesting combination. Let's keep going. And then we have the Sith or the scythe and the ring. Okay. And then we got the book. Yeah, you're learning a lot from this connection. Yeah, this is about to be real interesting. Real interesting pile two. So this is one side. So this is the feminine side. And then we're looking at the masculine side. Heart. Oh, I love to see it. And sun. So sun. So I would imagine the person that you're dealing with could be a Cancer or a Leo. And they definitely have a lot of love for you. It's not at all about if they love you or not. Yeah, letter. And then we got the stork. Okay. And then, yeah, last, their action. Oof. Okay. And they got the bouquet at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, you guys are definitely not on the same page at all right now. And I don't blame the feminine. I don't blame the masculine. I just feel like there hasn't been the communication that's needed to happen in order for you guys to be on the same page. I definitely feel like the masculine has certainly thought about communicating, communicating where they are, how they're feeling, what they expect to happen in this connection. But the feminine, on the other hand, with the snake fish, they think that it's too good to be true. I don't feel like this person, I don't feel like the masculine in this connection has done their diligence to make sure that the feminine actually believes what they say. I feel like there's a very kind of unspoken understanding between the two of them. It's just like the masculine's like, hey, I want to do this. And the feminine is like, okay, I'm on board. And then it doesn't happen with the snake and the fish. There's a want of abundance. There's a thinking that it's abundance, but there's also a shadiness here where it's just like, I don't necessarily believe what you're saying. I believe, you know, a snake slithers. So there's definitely some distrust that's going on at the core of this connection. Yet both of you, again, as I said to begin with, you are very emotionally tied and bound to one another. Like, I do think that this masculine has a lot of love for the feminine. This feminine sees a lot of potential in the masculine. It's just that the feminine has certainly lost faith in this masculine. And the masculine knows that it's time for them to really be honest and have to say specific things in order to create this new beginning with the stork here. I do feel like the feminine, with this action with the scythe and the ring, there's a little hope here because the scythe is turning away from, or the scythe is turning away from the ring. But those two together mean an ending of commitment. While on the other hand, the masculine in this connection is ready to commit and build something solid. So there we go. We're on completely different versions of what has to happen. So I'm excited to look at like the advice and all that good stuff. But I really feel like the masculine in this case is, I mean, they are overly excited about the potential of this connection and where it could go and settling down and want to build something strong. I could feel like there could be health could be a blockage for this person. They could be going through, it could be mental health, physical health, spiritual health, but they're really going through quite an obstacle of when it comes to their health in some way. So if they've been disconnected in a way, I promise you that it probably ties back to health in some way. And it could be mental, could be physical, could be spiritual, any of those things. But the feminine feels like in this connection that they're ready to kind of move on. They're like, listen here, buddy. I don't believe shit that you have to say anymore because you haven't come through before. So why are you trying to come through now? Meanwhile, the masculine's like, I finally decided that I'm ready for it to anchor. I'm ready for it to settle down in some way. But this person does have, with the mountain tree there, this person also suffers from fear of commitment. It's a huge obstacle to get them to tie down. But they have a lot of love in your heart. So, you know, there we go. Temperance, more Jupiter energy. Look at that. The Five of Swords and the Six of Wands. I knew it. I was like at the middle. Like there definitely is an argument. There definitely is a misunderstanding. But I do feel like the connection is actually going to move forward, to be honest. This is huge. If this was set up this way, then I'd be like, oh, feminine, you're cutting this out. You know, if it was set up this way, but it wasn't. It came out this way. And with this particular system, it's really important to see which way this, the blade is facing, because this isn't cutting out. This is a quick, sudden change, though, about commitment. So you're thinking about not committing, but I do think that there is going to be overall victory once you understand where each other is coming from. We got the Death card, so we knew it was going to involve a change of some sort to the Ten of Cups. And let's get one more. Yeah, the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, the Two of Wands. So there's options. There really are going to be options here for my pile number 2 people. This is a complex reading, but I honestly feel like you and this person actually have more in common right now. And I do want to emphasize that this is a screenshot of time when you find this reading. Tarot, even astrology to some extent when we're dealing with transits, but everything is super temporary. So this reading it's not gonna last but for so long. You know, it doesn't have like a forever shelf life. I mean, the reason why I'm saying that is because if you really feel in your heart that this person is not the person for you and it's not gonna work out long term and you don't see it that way, well then that could very well be the case. Always go with how you feel. But in this snapshot, in this screen grab of time between the two of you, there is a disconnect. The feminine energy is certainly like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I do see that there is an opportunity for change here to get some sort of happiness. Now, whether that happiness ends up sustaining itself for an extended period of time, I cannot promise you or tell you either way. But I do see that in the feminine's heart, they see that there is an unlocked and untapped potential in this person. And the masculine has so much love and understanding for the feminine that they really do want to anchor it down. But because of issues that they have with commitment, because of issues that they're having with health, and just obstacles in their way, it is blocking them from truly becoming that masculine that the feminine sees in them. And so the feminine is going to be presented with the choice, with the decision, if you are going to keep entertaining this connection for what it's worth. Like I said, just with that laser focus on where is it that I want to go. But you have so many cards of victory. You have so many cards of changes. But the masculine in this connection certainly has some work to do as far as communication. That is the biggest issue. That is always the biggest issue when it comes to relationships, for sure. It's and failing relationships, it is lack of communication. And I do feel like feminine, it's not you. I can say it really isn't you. The masculine has just cut off connections, and I feel like because your relationship is so spiritual, they kind of feel like that they care about you. And so they're just kind of like, why do I have to keep proving it? But you're just like, I need to know, with the snake energy there. Like, I just don't believe you. And it could be because of past connections that you've had with this person, or just past connections that you've had in general, that the feminine is more skeptical, which completely makes sense. I mean, that's fair. But it's definitely time for a conversation between the two of you. So let's look into what advice do we have for the feminine. Of course, we got the book, I think. House, I like this. Yeah, I'm so happy that this came up. You're still getting to know your masculine. And so I feel like feminine, there's an opening up that has to happen with the book in the house. And you should not, if you're watching this as a feminine, I really don't think that you should actually jump to conclusions about this connection, because there's more to be discovered. There's more to learn about this person. There's something that they're hiding that they have not said. Perhaps you sense this because of the snake energy. You sense that something's up, but because they haven't communicated with you, it's been very difficult for you to understand where you stand with this person. But I'm here to tell you, pile number 2, that whatever this information is that they have, it's going to make you see them in a different light, and it's going to force this connection to change in a way that you're not expecting. Then you will be able to make the decision if this is a connection that you want or you don't want. But you're missing a piece of information is really what I'm getting. You're missing a piece of information from the masculine. They need to do their damn job and tell you what this is. And then after you get that information, then you will be able to make a clear decision about what you're going to do and how to move forward is really what I'm seeing. But there is a level of patience that's required. I do feel like there's a lot of positivity here. But again, when you feel like you're dealing with somebody, so funny, the ring, but when you feel like you're dealing with somebody who is not being forthcoming or very present in the connection, it makes it difficult. And like I said, when you guys get into that 12th house energy, which is the sexual realm, and you get into that sensual energy, you guys fit really well with one another. But it's in those low moments that there's so much confusion. And so Spirit is saying with the ship at the bottom of the deck, if you have to walk away from this connection for the time being, then do that to protect your heart. But I promise you that this person is going to come back with, I guess I can't promise, but I highly feel like this person will reach out and say something along the lines and give you a new set of information of these obstacles that they're overcoming. And you'll be able to really decide if this is somebody that you want to deal with or not. Okay. Snake at the bottom for their advice. Yeah. Oh, ooh. Okay. If you're the masculine watching this, there is a snake in your midst. There is somebody who is parading to be a friend. There is somebody who is poorly intentioned. in your social circle right now, and you need to cut that out, okay? So that could also be what you're sensing too, feminine. If you're watching this from the feminine perspective, there is somebody in this person's midst who is not good for them. There's gossip, there is cunning behavior, there is somebody here that is definitely causing an obstacle. I will say, masculine, this person that you think is a friend, but you're getting cues and subtleties that they're not a friend. They are not a friend, okay? And perhaps that's been where the disconnect has come, because there is somebody in this social circle, chatter, gossip. The masculine does not really know who to trust. Again, this could be happening from childhood. This could be happening. This could be somebody from childhood, you know, that this person has felt. But there is a really negative energy that is consuming. Oh my gosh. There's a negative energy that is consuming the masculine right now, my feminines. And it's not great. Their social circle, there's somebody in their midst who is really taking a lot of energy from them. I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't expecting that. So maybe there's some form of third party situation. But like I said earlier, with all that Saturn, there is certainly a commitment with you, feminine. But there's some real deceptive behavior coming from this there's some real deceptive behavior in this masculine's circle. The reason why I'm not putting it on the masculine, you know, if you're watching this, is because of this garden. And this is all about social standing, people who are connecting to other social networks. So that's why I'm just like, it's somebody in the midst of the masculine, not necessarily the masculine itself. If you know that your masculine is shady boots, then okay. You know, then let them be shady boots. Then, you know, cut it off and keep it pushing. But if you think that your, you know, masculine has a heart of gold and they're just really wilding and not doing well, it's because somebody around them is tricking them, is gossiping about them, is honestly lying to them. And it is being very snaky, and it's taking them off course. So this is an extremely complicated connection that's happening. I do want to see if I can get any more tarot. Oh my gosh, just to look into anything else. But this is so wild. The Lovers. Yeah, this is definitely a soulmate twin flame. Like I said, strong twin flame energy. So you were meant to learn. What was that healing that we saw? But sheesh. There's just a lot of faith that has to go into this connection. And the Queen of Cups, and a lot of patience. Yeah, there could be children involved if your person has children. The masculine or the feminine. And, you know, you just got to wait. Oh, my gosh, the stress. The stress that the masculine is under, feminine, let me tell you. And I guess the moral of the reading for you is you don't know everything that's going on. It's not your fault, but you don't know everything that's going on. So you're not actually in a space to make and come to a conclusion about your connection with this person, because they have not been fully forthcoming with the energies that they're dealing with. Perhaps some of them don't even recognize that they're dealing with such vipers and low vibration energy. So this is why I said originally, if you want to walk away from the connection and kind of take some time for yourself, then absolutely do that. I'm not saying to wait around for this person, but what I am saying is you do not have the clear picture. And so if you're trying to make it seem like they are victimizing you in some way that's not fair, it's not fair. They, you know, people have to learn how to communicate. This person isn't intentionally, like, you know, trying to bring you harm. They're caught up in their own mess. If you're the feminine watching for the masculine. Masculine, if you're watching this, the feminine wonders where you're at. So you need to tell them what's going on. They probably will be understanding. Most of them will be understanding with all this positive energy here. But if you're a masculine watching this, your feminine is really like, I'm about to cut this off. I'm ready to move on. They're like half out of the door, half in the door. But this would be the time to tell them that what's going on, because they don't see it. They don't see the nastiness that you're really swimming through right now. And so they just are taking it personally. They see the potential. I know that you have love for this person. For sure, masculine. But if you're not communicating with this person, then they cannot be a support. And so you're just out here. And that's not fair to the feminine, because I do think that they've tried to get to know you, and they want to believe that you love them. They want to believe that you guys are working towards something and that you're building together. But because of things that are happening, again, it could be baby mama drama, it could be just ex-girlfriends or what have you. They are unable to really see clearly what's going on. So they're like, I'm kind of done. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move forward. And my advice to them is to move forward. So if you want them to stick around, masculine, well, then you're going to have to, you know, cough up some knowledge, drop some wisdom, drop some jewels, because this connection is, it's spiritual, it's understood, it's really deep. It hasn't fully materialized, even though there's a commitment there, but it's time for you to do it. Release your ex. What? Somebody, like, hello. And I feel like it's for both. It's for the feminine to release, you know, your attachment to the masculine, because they are in such a funky way right now. So you cannot expect them to fill you up in the way that you need, because they're not fully present. And then for the masculine, point blank, period. Like, this person is a snake. This person is not good. Sorry to be so blunt, but like they are not coming at you with any type of pure or nice intentions. Then we got attraction and stay optimistic about your love life. So I do think that there is an optimism to be had, true love at the bottom of the deck. I just really feel like there are, it's going to be more positive than negative. It just feels very heavy right now, but there is a really strong attraction to this person. I think that true love is what keeps bringing you back, feminine, particularly if you're ready for it to not be that way anymore. You're like, I'm really done with this partner. I do not want to continue falling into this trap. You know, what is that? Forgiving and learning very soon. Whew, this was a ride, pile number 2. But I do feel like that learning, that book, feminine, you don't know everything. You don't know the full extent of what's actually going on with your masculine. So hold off passing judgment, or just be open to forgiving them when they do finally tell you what's happening. And masculine, now is the time for you to tell them what's happening. And I do feel like regardless of where it's happening, it's coming in very soon. Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. That's for both of you, the feminine and the masculine. And, you know, let me spend a little bit more time with this for the feminine. The path is clear if you want it to be, if you feel it to be, if you know it to be. Going back to the key and the Rider, there is real potential in this connection, okay? This person has so much love for you. Pile number 2. They love the crap out of you. Do not think that they don't for a second. But I think that gossip, boom. And honestly, your friends are probably not helping them at all too. I feel like your friends feminine are talking real bad about them, and perhaps they should. But the gossip, and if your man isn't doing this, and if the masculine isn't doing this, then leave him. That might not apply to you in your situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have all the knowledge, and you have to decide for you. If you want the path to be clear, don't let other people's opinion, TikToks, Instagram posts taint the love that you know that you have for this person, the attraction that you have for this person. If they're not physically hurting you, spiritually hurting you, and you just really love this person, but it has not materialized quite yet, then that's okay. Things take time. Rom-coms are not real. You know, life is difficult. People come with baggage. This person is working through clearing their baggage. They just have a freaking fox in their garden. Do you understand the power of that? They have a fox in their garden. They are not available to be kind. They're trying to get this fox out that is attacking their crops, attacking their eggs, anything that they have going. This fox is gobbling it up. So be mindful of that energy. Be mindful and be patient. If you think that this person is worth being patient for, okay? Only time will tell. I promise you I didn't see it. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Shit, period. Then let's get one more. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. That's for both of you. And then we got at the bottom of the deck, acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. You can't, I mean, hold on. Let's look at it. Pause it, read it, let that sink in. That's what I've been using my mouth to say this entire time. Both of you, the masculine, you can control your words and speaking. You know, you have to speak. You can't just keep sending them subliminals, you know, and think that they're gonna, you know, believe you. But regardless, the secret admirer, I really love this for both of you. Masculine, you're not giving your feminine enough credit for being somebody who would understand and honestly wants and would love to hear what you're going through, letting them into your world. And feminine, this masculine loves the shit out of you. They just are in a mess right now, okay? They're in a big old flaming pile of mess, and they're having difficulty sorting through it, but they're very strong. With this tree mountain, they're so strong, and they're just trying to weather the storm, quite honestly. Yeah, one. And let's see, we got within the next few weeks. So very soon, this energy is going to be cleared up. Ask your angels. So continue asking for signs and things, you know, for inner guidance and peace for this. And then forgiveness. Remain positive. Totally different deck, same cards came out. So stay optimistic, remain positive. I don't think that the relationship is doomed. I don't think that it's gloom. I just think that it's in a very interesting and fragile state right now. And so Spirit is asking you to forgive this person in advance, because they're wilding right now. And if you have it in your heart and you truly believe that this person is your twin flame and your lover and they're a soulmate, then, you know, you're going to have to forgive them at some point. But walk away, do your work. You don't have to continue pouring into somebody who's not pouring into you. You know, that's totally fair. But when they do come and it is time to have that conversation, which the masculine will initiate within the next few weeks, then, you know, you'll see. But pray on it, right? So that's what I got for you, pile number 2. Woo! Let me know if it resonated. That was a ride, okay? So we're here. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And anything else? Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Follow on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, yeah, that's it. So thanks, guys. Peace. Until next time, while I clean this up, I had to put these back in. Haven't been as fortunate to have this many decks, so yeah, get this out the way, get this out the way, get this out the way. All right, see what's going on in pile 3. It's been all the readings have been freaking different, so I'm excited to see what pile 3 is fit to get. Should I take these back too? I should probably take these. Sorry. If anybody's watching this, I'm like, what is going on? It's like, with my traditional tarot decks, I have so many of them, I don't have to like pick out. But I really like the system. So I want to do something new, but it's just a little bit longer of a cleanup process. Okay, put that up, and then, oops, get this down, and then, boom, boom, we're here. Come a chameleon. Every time I see this card, I think of that. All right, anyways, hello, pile number 3. It is AD with Astrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading, guys. So we are looking into you versus them. What the hell is going on, all right? So this is a little bit of a different setup than we have done. In fact, my pile 1 and my pile 2 were so different. I ended up having to do a totally different setup for pile 1 than I thought. So I don't know what we're going to get from here, pile number 3, but we're here and we're just going to see how it opens up. You are starting off with this Oshelion, this little chameleon, this colorful chameleon with the stars on it. So I do imagine that something is changing color, something is shifting. I don't know why I'm feeling like it's something that already exists, a friendship maybe that is changing. I don't know. We'll see. But we are going to start with the handy dandy astrology cards to just get an overall view of the type of relationship, the type of connection that we're looking at. And then from there, you'll be able to decide if this reading will resonate with you. And if it doesn't, you can pick another pile. Yeah, so let's start with there. Please keep in mind, I do subscribe to Vedic. Placements could be different, but the energy should read about the same. So we got Mercury, mind, interesting. So communication, Virgo, Gemini. North Node, life's purpose, Rahu. I don't know what to say quite yet, so let's keep going. Really powerful energy though. Uranus, unexpected. Aquarius represented. Saturn, return. Okay. One more. I do not want to put my foot in my mouth, but Grand Trine blessings, we love it. First house, the body. You might end up with an interesting reading too. Pile number 3. Because I feel like this is very much solo. I think that you are focused on creating your own blessings, honestly. Pile 1, they didn't have a them. So I ended up doing like a personal love, not personal, but like a general love reading for them. And I'm kind of feeling that the same might happen for you, pile number 3. But we'll see what else comes out. But I'm really getting that this is a real blessing. This doesn't even have to do with love, honestly, at this point in time, because you really have been putting in work for something that you've been trying to collect and get, and I think it's going to take off. Uranus is here to shake things up, and so is Rahu. So you're doing something revolutionary to some extent to move the culture or move something forward. You're breaking out of restrictions that you've had, and I don't necessarily think that that has to do specifically with love. Like I said, I was called to do a love reading. I am like I'm in a weird love space myself, pile number 3. But I was just called to do a love reading, and it's interesting because pile 2 was what I was thinking was what the reading was going to be more like. But with 1 and 3, I just feel like the focus is not necessarily on love. The focus is on self-discovery. Yours even different than pile 1, because I think that pile 1 seems like they're exploring love. You feel like you've explored love and you're ready to explore yourself, your world, and your career. And you're really all about you right now. And that is your main focus. Maybe with the stripes, you've earned your stripes, you're changing colors, you're shedding things, but there's something here about you moving forward and really creating blessings for yourself and stepping towards your life's purpose in this really unexpected way. There's going to be major blessings that are coming in for you. Your hard work is truly paying off. And I think that that's where your mind is. That's what you're focused on is work and it being paid off, not necessarily love. I appreciate y'all so much. Like, I just feel like I gotta say thank you to my people, to my followers, because I just feel like this might have been one of those readings where you're like, this really doesn't apply to me, but I'm just gonna support AD because that's my girl. And like, I appreciate you so much for doing that, because I'm just not getting any love. I mean, Mercury is literally like the antithesis of love. It doesn't even have a gender, okay? Saturn, same thing. Uranus, Aquarius, and Rahu, like there's nothing loving about any of these cards that came out. So that's really funny, and I appreciate you, Saturn, again. Yeah, Saturn is actually a gender-neutral planet, if you did not know. If you didn't know. And I know people, and I've heard, oh my gosh, one of my biggest peeves, I've heard tarot readers call Capricorn a masculine energy, and it's not. It's a feminine energy, actually. Aquarius is the masculine side of Saturn. Capricorn is the feminine side of Saturn. And that's something that I just want to dispel. Capricorn is a feminine energy, even though it seems very masculine. The devil is a feminine energy, actually. The 10th house is a feminine house. It's opposite of Cancer, which is like divine femininity. But actually the planet Saturn physically is gender neutral. So, period. Anyways, so Saturn. So we got Capricorn, Aquarius, if you didn't pick that up. And like I said, just work. This is very work-oriented, discipline-oriented. Just focusing on that. Virgo, Mercury again. Virgo, Mercury, that gender neutral, and Aquarius. And then we got Aries at the bottom of the deck. So, oh man. Yeah, I feel like you're going to get the same treatment as pile 1. It'd be different. I would just change the name of the reading and everything, but it'd be different if I didn't already go through like my announcements about what this reading was going to be. So some of y'all are going to get bamboozled into this reading, and I don't care, you know. Clickbait if you wanted to. I don't care, because it changed on me. I didn't change on the reading. But anyways, guys, all jokes aside, I mean, this is about work, discipline, routine, health, honestly. But I do feel like there's something that's unexpected is going to happen for you, pile 3. We can look into what that is, but I don't necessarily think that it's going to deal with love. But since we're here for love, we are going to look into love. I just really don't feel like that is the main priority of this reading for you, or why you even clicked on it. As I said in pile number 1, I don't necessarily think that there is a them. I don't think that there's a them, that you came to this reading with somebody specifically in mind. At least not from these cards. So I'm just going to do a traditional tarot spread, and then we'll look into the Lenormond for heart, mind, and action. And yeah, that's how we're going to handle this. If you do have a specific them in mind, then check out pile 2. I feel like that's a really universal message, honestly. So if you really were coming here and you genuinely wanted some insight, then check out pile number 2. That's where you're going to get the reading that I had intentioned. But anyways, let's look into it. So what is going on for our pile number 3 people? As far as like love, you know, them versus them. I don't even think it's you versus you, excuse me. You versus you for pile number 3. The 4 of Swords. The Prince of Swords. So again, all that sword energy. The King of Swords. Oh man, the Princess of Swords. This is all intellect. We got the Prince of Wands in the middle of the deck. Okay, some fire to heat it on up. This is all in the mind. Fascinating. The Moon. I love that. I love that. The Chariot. Oh my gosh. So we're dealing with Cancer energy out the wazoo. What's this? The Hierophant, Taurus, and Ace of Cups. 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. All right. So, okay. Pile number 3. Things are going to be moving forward in your love life, but your priority definitely seems to be your own stability. You're in the process of learning something. I feel like you are in the process of learning something or doing something that has to do with communication. Love does not feel like it's your priority, but I do think that it's going to heat up because you're, you know, minding your own business quite literally, pile number 3. You are minding your business and you're just trying to wait for whatever the universe has in store for you. I feel like you've gotten to the point where with the 10 of Wands, you have other obligations, other responsibilities, where you feel like, let's see, other obligations, responsibilities where you feel like it's just not, that's it. The universe will sort it out. It'll come in when it's supposed to. And I do feel like that there is somebody who is going to come in quite quickly towards you. You got the King of Swords. So this is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The Chariot, the Prince of Wands. So somebody is coming in very determined to start a commitment and a connection with you. But again, I feel like there's a flightiness to them. There's a moodiness to them. This person is constantly, there's probably somebody in your midst, but I don't think that you're sweating them because you don't know what you're going to get from them. You have no idea what you're going to get from them. And so pile 3, you're choosing to focus on yourself, give yourself self-love, and if this person decides to make it obvious what it is that they want and what they expect from you, then you'll listen to it. But I just feel like you have so many other priorities for you. So, okay, you get a very interesting read, pile 3. So, okay, I feel like there is somebody around you. I'm going back to my original statement where this could be a friend. Okay. All right. Whew. All right. This has been a trip, pile 3. This reading has honestly been like one of the most difficult readings that I've done. It's been all over the place. But as I said in the intro, I came like open as heck. And so that's what happens when you're just like, give me whatever. Spirit is really making me jog. This has been an obstacle course of a reading. But okay, back to my original statement with, I feel like there is somebody in your midst who is now starting, and it could be multiple people, to be honest. It's just the masculines around you, or if you're the feminines watching this, and the opposite if you're, you know, whatever you identify as. But this is like a friendship. It's like friends that are now seemingly wanting something else. And you're just like, are you serious? Like, are you trying to start a commitment with me? Like, are you being weird? Like, I feel like there's a lot of that. So you're getting a different kind of reading. We already went through how you feel with this. So we're going to just start with the masculine. Okay, that's how we're going to handle this one, because I don't want this reading to be super duper long. So, but I feel like there's a lot of masculines who just are kind of piquing a different interest in you, and it's because you're so focused on getting to where you got to go. But I feel like there's friends, especially with all the Aquarius, there's people who like you aren't necessarily expecting to be, you know, asking you like, hey, like, I don't know, they just want to take it more seriously. I'm even having trouble putting it into words because it's weird. Like, it's like, okay, we were cool, but now it kind of seems like you're edging towards something more serious, but then they're so flighty, they don't commit, and you're just like, oh, this is why I was minding my business anyway. And you're just waiting for Spirit to send you somebody who is ready for the type of commitment that you're ready for, but there's people around you who are moody and in and out. Oof, I'm stressed. I'm stressed. This is stressful. So let's see where the masculine is coming from in this connection. Their heart. Yeah. Their mind. Okay. Oof. And their actions. Bear and one more. House. Okay. And you got the whip and broom. Oh my gosh. Okay. The person that, or the peoples, for honestly, I feel like you might attract the same kind of energy, hence why you end up in these weird loopholes, pile number 3, where you're like, what is going on? And the masculines that you have attracted are attracting, they seem to be, the feeling, okay. All right. So I just heard Mac Miller. I wish I met you on a different day when it was easier to be happy. I feel like you meet people and they think that you're like a good luck charm. You're probably like really positive energies and all that other stuff. For the person who you're asking about right now, again, I do think that this is 1 to 2 people, but the energies are about the same. They really feel like they met you at like the perfect time in their heart. Like they were at a crossroad, they were going down this like really wrong path, or they were extremely lost. Then you came around and you gave them a flitter of hope. You gave them some sort of hope, and they're just like, dang, I really appreciate this person and what they did and what they've done for me. The problem is, the issue is like their mind is caught up on really overcoming certain obstacles and trying to decide where they want to go. And because they are so far and heavy and kind of bogged down in whatever energy they're bogged down in, they're not making a commitment to you because they're still trying to figure out how to commit to themselves. And so it just puts everybody in this really weird feeling about, I don't know what this person wants from me. They don't want to commit because they know that they have obstacles and things to overcome, and they're self-aware enough to know that you're a really good person, you're a really sweet person, and they don't want to bring you into their mess. But at the same time, they're not willing to let you go because it would really devastate them if you left them and went into a different and you went in a different direction. So you end up in these weird states because they're extremely protective of you, my pile number threes. The people that you have attracted, I do feel like they're going to be, for what it's worth, for life, whether you end up with these people that I'm talking about right now. I'm actually going to do a solid to see kind of what's next in love for you. That's how I'm going to use the other Lenormond deck. So this has been a real freestyle ass reading. But this, regardless of how this connection ends, this person feels so protective of you, and they feel like you have really provided a space and a welcoming and a homey environment for them where they feel extremely comfortable. I love this bear imagery for you, because their action is, I don't think that they're ever going to deny that they love you. They're never going to deny that you have a special place in their heart. It's just you met them, or you guys crossed paths at such complex periods in your life. And so I really see that I really see that this relationship might end up more in the friendship. I feel like this is definitely a friend zone relationship, because this person has major obstacles to overcome. And I don't think that this is going to be any obstacles that are just fleshed out and overcome tomorrow. I think that this is their life's work, but they want to overcome it, and they really do feel like you shed a light on certain things. They can finally see the mountain for what it is, and they're ready to go on that journey. So I do feel like the reason why this connection isn't gelling in the way that a normal connection would is because you guys were meant to cross paths. And perhaps you learned something from them too. Perhaps they were there, they were a friend, you know, they were a companion, they were somebody to talk to, they were somebody to laugh with, and all this good stuff. And you were able to spend some time together, but your paths are definitely diverging. And you're meant to kind of go in separate directions. But I think that the loyalty is there. The friendship is there. If you were ever in a sticky situation, this person would come and fight for you. And you might not talk to them for years, you know, and they would just come and fight for you and be there for you. So it's a really protective energy. Like I said, they have a very protective energy over you. But yeah, they're just going through it, okay? They're going through it. And like I said, for some of you, this could be multiple people where you're in like this really weird state with multiple people, and you're like, what do they want? Like, what is it that they truly want? And as far as what it is that they want, it's you, in the sense of like, they want the comfort that you bring them, and the stability that you bring them, even though they're so wickedly unstable. So very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see. What is your advice from this deck if you're watching this? Birds and heart. So I feel like, you know, your mind and your heart are telling you a whole bunch of different things, because I don't think that this person is necessarily for you to trust. I guess that Spirit is saying, you know, listen to your heart. Listen to what your heart is telling you. I don't think that you commit to this person. I don't think you're meant to commit to this person, but understand that you really have come to this person, whether at a major crossroad in their life, or come to these people at a major crossroad in their life, and just your sheer strength and who you are and the way you carry yourself has definitely helped this person see that they are strong enough to overcome any obstacle. Even if they're not meant to be on your journey forever, you always have a friend in them. So listen to your heart. Don't think too hard into it. Is kind of what I'm getting, but I think that you're picking up so much knowledge on yourself. This person is mirroring something back to you. And it could be that this is an energy that you've kind of encountered before. You're just like, you know, I know better. I know not to tag myself onto somebody who is in the midst of a growth spurt, in the midst of a spiritual awakening, in the midst of cutting down their own insecurities, their own mountains. I can lead them, but I don't have to force them to drink. And I think that that might be a major growth and development for you. And that is what they've done for you, is they've given you the wisdom to know when to walk away and when something can be a friendship and not be, you know, and doesn't need to be a full-fledged relationship. I think that you're learning the very delicate balance between this. So yeah, that's the them. That's the them. And I feel like there might be a couple of thems. And it's been frustrating because you dealt with this flightiness, moodiness. They're all in, they're all out. But it's because they don't know, they don't know what to do. And they know that you're a support system for them, but they're not ready for a relationship. But they're not ready to be in a long-term commitment anyway. So especially with somebody like you, because you actually are going places. Like I said at the very beginning of this reading, it's just like you're very dead set on where you're headed and what you have going on for you. So yeah, all right, let's look at what's next for you in love. So we'll look at the past, present, and then most likely outcome, and then we'll look at your advice. So past, we got lady. Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Sexy lady. So we got lady and letter as like the under foundation. Writer. Okay, so there's definitely some invitations coming your way. Both of these cards symbolize like messages. What kind of message, Spirit? A little bit stubborn. All these cards came out. Heart, snake, and fox. And then let's look at the most likely outcome. Clouds, clover. And they got house at the bottom of the deck. Oh, okay. That exacerbated sigh sounded more deep than it is, and my apologies. I think it's just this reading. Woo, all these 3 readings have been so different. And I was not expecting that. But anyways, so the underlying energy we have here is like kind of like the past. You're gathering information. There's information and there's things that need to be said. But here's the thing. I do feel like the energies that you're dealing with, the snake, fox, I don't particularly care for that surrounding the heart because you have such a big heart. So you have to be aware that the people that are around you are not constricting, especially the energies that I was talking about before. Make sure that they're not constricting. I think that they're as genuine as a broken person can be when it comes to their feelings for you. But because they only know how to operate in that kind of lower vibration, they haven't really dealt with a high vibrational person. I feel like the energy can be kind of constricting. The one person's a fox, the other person's a snake, or whatever, or what have you. So you got to be very mindful of the energy that's being brought in towards you, writer. Make sure that people are legit, and again, trusting your own instinct and your own inner knowledge about, is this something that you really want to take on, or is it something that you want to move forward? Because I'm telling you this, do not give yourself the most credit. You know, don't play yourself. Don't undervalue yourself. Don't undervalue your time, your body, your resources, and all the other stuff. The one thing that I will say about the snake and the fox is this is definitely a sexual energy. So somebody definitely wants to make sexual advances towards you, but be mindful of the energy that you're giving off, because if you're giving to somebody who's inherently negative, and what I mean by negative is not negative and bad. I mean negative is like they take. If you're very focused on your business and you're very focused on where you want to go, do not let this person distract you from where you're going. It could be a delicate balance. Everybody has their needs. You know, I'm not saying to cut it off completely or what have you. I'm not saying that this person is ill-intentioned, but I do feel like this person is distracting because they're trying to find out what their thing is. They don't know what their thing is. So they're kind of hoping that you'll point them in the right direction, but you already know what your thing is. So you could be spending time helping this person figure out what their thing is, or you could be well on your way doing the thing that you know you want to do. Do not let this person, don't sacrifice your time for either of these people. If you know that you have something to do, if you have time and you're free, sure, but I wouldn't go out of your way, pile number 3, to make time for the people that are kind of coming into your life right now, just because, you know, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty for saying no to this person. Because again, the bear, the house, they're not going anywhere. Any of them, they're not going anywhere. You are going somewhere. So you have to prioritize yourself. And again, with the action, the clouds and the clover, don't block your blessings. Don't let other people's foggy energy block you from what it is that you're doing, because especially when it comes to sexual exchanges and all that good stuff, and even letting people into your home, into your environment, they bring a certain funk, you know, with them, and it can linger and it can distract you. So you have to be extremely strong and know how to set boundaries, because there is love there. The heart is there. This person cares about you. These people care about you as much as a broken person can. So don't let them break you in the mist, okay? And I do feel like this person is internally grateful, is forever grateful for you and how you've encountered each other. But I just feel like, again, you're going in a different direction. I think this is more confirmation for you than anything else. And then we got lilies and birds. So lilies is a very sensual card in this system. And so with birds being there, you know, this is chatter. This is chatter. So be mindful too. This is really interesting advice, because it doesn't necessarily have to do with what we were just talking about. But be mindful also, pile number 3, that as you start to rise in whatever industry you're trying to rise in, people talk. People talk. So be very careful with your sensuality and your sexuality, because if you're getting into, let's say, the entertainment industry, or you're getting into, you know, I guess the entertainment industry, or you're making your ranks up in the businesses and you know that people are really close, you know, if you end up doing the do with somebody, it will travel, okay? Your sexuality will not be sacred if you don't allow it to. So I definitely feel like Spirit is just being like, hey, don't think that people aren't looking at you. Don't think that people aren't noticing you. Don't undervalue yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you're moving in a way where you're going to be a queen or a king, I feel like I'm speaking to more queens in this in this pile, but you know, your sacredness, your innocence is everything in the business that you're trying to get into. So don't get starstruck by certain people just because, you know, they might be more established in the game than you are, or they might be higher ranking than you are, and so you're just like, oh, well, I'm, you know, just looking at them. Well, hey, listen, if you end up popping off and going viral, and then you didn't slept with half of the daggone roster, or you slept with half of, you know, the executive team, well, then, you know, that's gonna come back and bite you in the ass, literally. So be mindful of that, you know. Do not sell yourself short. I feel like that was such a random tangent, but do not get googly-eyed. And that, you know what? Thank you, Spirit. That's for everything. That's from here on out. You know, I made this reading, what's happening next in love. I made the mistake of making it about them, but I need to open it back up. It's about people who are coming towards you. You're going to be receiving invitations. People are going to notice you. They're going to want to take you out, and they're going to want a taste of that lollipop. Do you hear me? Pile number 3. You need to be smart when it comes to who you're dealing with and know who they run with. Be strategic. Don't be dumb. Do not be dumb, because there are people who are coming at you and they want something from you. They want your sensuality. They want your sexuality, and they will talk about it. These people, you know, anyways, all right, you get it. You get it. I just want to express to you that, like, don't let this distraction take you off course. Make business business. Do not mix business with pleasure. You can, you know what I'm saying? Sleep with the right people to get where you want. I know that might trigger some people, but like, if you're gonna be sleeping with somebody to get what you want, it needs to be the top exec and only the top exec. Do not sleep with the producers, okay? Do not sleep with the assistant. They're not gonna help you. Do you hear me? You need to go for the one in charge, okay? What was it? Somebody was oh my gosh, it was this hilarious TikTok, and it was this woman, and she was just like, a lot of girls are sleeping with multiple guys in order to get their rent paid. Why aren't you just sleeping with the landlord? Period. You understand what I'm saying? So go for the landlord. Do not sleep with little peons. Like, no. such specific advice, but it's the truth. Like, go straight for the manager. Go straight for the head honcho. Do not waste your time with everybody with a hustle. You know, sleep with the partners, not people on your level. I'm trying to think of all the different levels, but I'm serious. That's such funny advice. But I just imagine that that's a good thing. That's a good note to have, because you are going to have so many people trying to vie for your attention. And I don't even think that you're going to see them coming with this woman facing the opposite way of the letter. You're not even going to see them coming, but their true intentions, you know, people are coming for you, but it's a very intense sexual desire with the fox and the snake there. Yeah. I don't know. This doesn't make sense. I'm going to stick it back, but it can come back out if it wants to. All right, let's look. Reconciliation. Interesting. Pay attention to the red flags. Past life relationship. And codependency. Okay, and then let's see, soulmate. Very interesting. Honeymoon at the bottom of the deck. So I'm being called to tell you, pile number 3, if you're not sick of me, you should probably watch pile number 2, like I said earlier, because I do get a really strong feeling that there is some sort of reconciliation that's going to have. Like I said, there's a letter that's coming for you. You're going to hear from somebody that you haven't heard from a long time. This is somebody that you know you have a past life relationship, know that you have a soulmate energy with, but you know, it could have been codependent in the past. You could have broken away from it. So this is definitely a strong cue to go watch pile 2 if you wanted something more specific. Pay attention to the red flags. What did that was this entire last spiel, was do not just give in just for the sake of it. Know who you are and who you're going to be, and keep that at the forefront of your mind. Do not get silly and sleep with people who really don't deserve you just because they have a hit song or whatever. Doesn't matter. But I do see, in a totally another vein, soulmate, reconciliation, past life relationship is coming in. So you are also on track to be meeting a soulmate. Right? You're on track to meet a soulmate. Golly, this reading has been very complicated. All right, I just want 2 cards. I just want 2 or 3 cards, Spirit. I don't want to start a whole nother reading. Because we could. Because we could. Where are we at? 136? Okay, almost done. Yeah, pile 3, you got like the most complex little reading on the planet. All right, it's all of it. Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. I was just like, I don't understand. Is it somebody new? Okay, there we go. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, you're a hot tamale. Look at that. You're a hot tamale. So people are definitely coming for you. I think you have somebody from your past that you have a past life relationship. They're coming back. They want to reconcile. You have people, soulmates that you've signed soul contract, people that you haven't met in this 3D reality. You guys are going to be meeting and reconciling and starting to move towards wherever you're moving towards. Fate with these double 8s that are coming out. Queen of Wands to the Star card. You are on your way. If you put in that work, you do what you got to do. You are becoming, I just got chills. Oh my gosh, I just got chills. You are really stepping into the spotlight in an uncanny way. And so, of course, everybody is going to be sniffing up your little booty hole. That was so violent. I'm so sorry, but that is how I heard it. Everybody's going to be sniffing up that ass, okay? So you have to be very diligent with how you are negotiating these new relationships. Some of them are going to help you. Some of them are going to, some of them are going to help you. Most of them are going to harm you. And it's important for you to recognize that. And again, see yourself as the star that you are. Even though you know that you're still working towards it, you are going to be a household name. You are going to be known in your profession. You are going to be an exec. You have to start behaving like that right now, period. If there's somebody who you love that you have a past life connection with, watch pile 2. That'll be very informative. But just to sum it up, they are going to come back and contact you at some point in time. Then you're going to have to be careful with codependency. Okay, so this is firing on a lot of cylinders. But Spirit is saying, this is your solo journey. Nobody's on your journey with you right now. That's what we started off with your personal reading, or your personal general reading, right? Look at all these independent cards. Do not fall into codependent patterns. If somebody is not helping you achieve your goal and they're distracting you, they're not for you. Period. We talked about this. This is just reiterating again. So we don't have to keep harping on the same, daggone two things. But I mean, it's chilling. It's chilling. I even feel like even the past life connection person that you want, they probably are at a weird, funky thing. You're such a light, pile number 3. You're such a beam of fire and passion, and people are so inspired by you, and they just want a piece of you. All of them do. And until you're established where you want to be, you really cannot afford to be distracted by these things, because you're about to be getting so busy with your work, with your job, with your recognition, with your fame, and you're going to be, people are going to want you from every direction. And I think that's uncharted territory before, because I don't think that you're vain. I don't think that you are out there and now you might have a wild streak. You might have a wild side to you, but now all that energy that you spent exerting sexually before, it's now being put into the creative bag. Sex and creativity come from the exact same space. It comes from that sacral chakra. So that's why, if you're not being creative, then you're probably fucking people that you have no business, but I feel like you're going to be in a creative space. So now there's no space for those people that don't belong there. So you're going to have to really navigate that for yourself. Okay. So yeah, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. I feel like this is definitely from your past life person, your past life soulmate that you know that you're going to meet. But I'm also you're about to meet a new soulmate. There's somebody new for you too, pile number 3. And why I'm saying this is because to pay attention to the red flags, you're being signaled that you're about to meet a soulmate too. So you got to pay attention to the flags in general. Like, hey, this is the person that we told you were going to meet. They're coming too. And you guys are mirrors. But for this person from your past, watch pile number 2. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. All right, passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. Yeah, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you. That's what I'm saying. You're just hella attractive for whatever reason right now. Not for whatever reason. I think you're a person on a mission and you're giving what needs to be gave, and people are so attracted to that, but not always the right people. And then you got power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Exactly. And then we have this beautiful card of friendship. Nurture the bond of friendship within your relationship, and your life will dramatically improve friendship. So this goes back to that original vibe when we were talking about the masculine, and we were looking into that cards about you developing friendships with these people, because the friendship is for life. But if they're distracting you on your core, then you got to let them go. The say no, you walk away at any time. You have power. There's passion surrounding you. You're the Queen of Wands. You're the Empress. This is very important. And yes, your love life has been super hazy, but I honestly feel like your love life is about to get extremely complicated, to be honest. There's at least 2 energies that are coming towards you, a fox and a snake energy. Not in a negative way, but there's at least 2 energies that are coming towards you that are really going to be throwing a monkey wrench into, what you got going on. All right, finally, this has been the longest reading. I hope that it made some type of sense. Peaceful resolution, romance. Like I said, this card is not about romance at all. This deck, excuse me. So yeah. Take action. Meditation brings answer, and there's something better. So this is to the connections that you're dealing with right now that are not fulfilling. The connection that you had in the past that was not fulfilling. There's something better coming along. I think that you're meeting a soulmate. Your twin flame might decide to come back in. That might be a whole thing, but none of it matters because you are actually focused on your work and your job and getting and hitting your not financial goals, but your career goals. And that's the action that you have. Meditate, pray on it. Don't just take my word for it. I'm sure that you have your own language with spirit, but just understand that, this is my Libra card here too. So dating, meeting people wanting to get to know you is about to be out of the wazoo, and not everybody is for you. And I do feel like this is uncharted territory because you might not be used to being the it girl or the it guy. People are going to be attracted to you just because they want to hang on to your coattails, and I don't think that you're used to that. So you gotta pray. You gotta pray that you pay attention and you see the signs and you know when somebody's for you. Because again, I just want to stress that not everybody who comes into your life is going to be trying to use you, and you know, that's not the truth. I'm not saying that. Not everybody that you meet is going to be shitty and be trying to take advantage of you. But some people are. Most people are going to be able to do too. And you just want to be able to differentiate between people who have genuine love for you and the people who are just trying to use you for clout. And it sounds crazy because you're like, I don't even have clout. I don't know why they want to use me. I'm nobody. But you are somebody, okay? So, yeah. That's what I got for you, Pal 3. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. If this wasn't just a hot mess and all over the place. But I appreciate you guys so much. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you haven't already. I super appreciate that. And if you already do, you the best. Thank you so much. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And peace, guys, until next time.